of course, wait for Twitch to stop showing me advertisements and actually show me the broadcast I'm doing. Probably for Occam's Razor again. We're trying to
the Taco Bell PlayStation VR?
It's either the Taco Bell PlayStation VR ad or it's the new HP laptop.
Yay! Taco Bell must be an official sponsor for Twitch or something.
Xbox ad.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as the broadcaster, that's exactly what I need to make this dashboard for Xbox One. Look, I know I'm an Xbox developer, so you don't need to sell me on the Xbox.
Indeed. And to viewers, I think there's like a deal like Twitch Prime where you get advertisement free.
Yeah, I think if you're a member of Amazon Prime, you get Twitch Prime with that or something like that. Because whatever, they were bought by Amazon. Something crazy like that.
So, I think during this talk, I think we just went live. So,
welcome to Spandex
Friday!
And Hetero's already here. Got my notification today, sir. Welcome, Hetero.
Anyway, Spandex Friday. First part of Token Power Weekend. Welcome, everybody. That's Nikolai. I'm John. And probably JC's catching up with an RPG podcast.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to make it today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to make too many of them, but we can't really blame him.
And this is actually the first Friday in a long while I've actually made it to.
That's the second week of our new Season 2 of Spandex Friday.
I'm free to do what I want. Like 5 tests. Lazio charge Megador ready. And I think while we're at American Power Ranger releases, I sent a link through Skype.
Well, I was telling you why my computer's so slow. Got 3 inches of Fallout 3 running. A Fallout 4. That's what you mod games. They don't close clean. So let me force close those 3 inches of the Fallout 4. So my CPU's not at 100%. I don't need game overlay UI either, that's the mod organizer. Any other junk stuff? Nope, just got Internet Explorer, which is fine. Skype is running fine. I actually don't need Steam, and I've got 3 inches of Steam running. Oh my. Alright, so that's... Alright, I think now things would be a little bit smoother. Less hiccupy.
Yeah, because it was like kind of audio lag through my end, but it should be better by now.
Alright, we should be much better now.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess the first bit of news, you sent me these first toy reveals for Power Rangers Samurai
Ninja
Steel.
We already did Samurai. This is Ninja Steel.
Hey, look, it's a motorcycle that turns into a ninja star. Oh, sorry, ninja throwing star.
Well, the first image you see is a very limited paint job on a Ninja Steel Red Ranger.
Well, it's a bike figure. It shouldn't surprise you. I did a review of the bike figures.
Yep, and as you can see, it's a giant throwing star which can transform into a bike.
I actually put that on screen properly. There we go. That should be showing up. Yeah, Hetero was Yeah, Federer was commenting that the cam's a bit wonky and we have FPS. That's because I had 3 instances of Fallout 4 running in the background, which I've now cleared out. So we should start getting more stable. Yeah, FPS drops are falling off. They were at 9.4, they're now at 8.6, which means no FPS, so frames are dropping.
Yay. So no wild frameage. So, welcome, Hetero. Anyway!
Interestingly, it seems like broadcast at 15 FPS. I don't know. That's what OBS does.
Alright, I guess. I mean,
weird. You think 30 would be the minimum that they would broadcast at? But apparently I broadcast at 15 FPS.
I don't know. Anyway, the first image that you can finally see shows a giant ninja throwing star with a smaller ninja throwing star in the top with a
Yo,
really
we heard you like ninja throwing stars, so we put ninja throwing stars into your ninja throwing stars.
With a very poorly painted 5-inch figure. And you know what that means? It's a bike, or at least a vehicle for a Power Ranger. And in this case, it is the Mega Morph Cycles.
I have to admit, those are actually kind of a neat design. I hope we'll actually see them in the show. I doubt it.
Oh yeah.
They were not in Shuri. They were not in
Ninja.
That show. I refuse to say the name.
Or you just forgot how to say it in general.
Yeah, I've tried to block them from my mind.
Yeah, I actually think the bike looks pretty cool, and besides the combination with the Megazord, which doesn't look that great, the bike is actually alright.
I love the idea there's a helicopter scorpion on the top of that thing.
Shh. And they haven't even shown images of Palmaru, UFO Maru, or Surfer Maru yet. So, we'll see what happens here, ladies and gentlemen. Next picture we got is of the Ninja Blaster, otherwise known as the Frog Gun.
I would have thought they would have called it the Flame Blaster, considering all the flame imagery on the side. Also, that's one angry-ass frog.
It's not called a Flame Blaster, it's just called the Ninja Blaster. And it can launch up to 3 power stars. Excuse me, not power stores.
That is one angry-looking frog, though.
I'm gonna say this right now, the Japanese one kind of looks more realistic and more I'm taking a poop and I can't get it out face. Because that's what that face is, ladies and gentlemen. And
well, you know, Americans have to be more aggressive. Just compare like a cover for Kirby in Japan and America.
But that, it's unfortunately been confirmed already by this. The next image is of the sidearms of the Ninja, but what is going to be the deluxe Ninja Battle Morpher. This will serve as the team's morphers, sword, claw, and bow and arrow.
Well, I mean, that's kind of overkill.
Why not just take the simpler route and just make the freaking Ninja Ichibanto the morpher? You're already releasing it, and hell, they use that to summon the Zords, and to combine the Zords, and to use for their final attacks.
You know, I know some people are going to argue, but they're making a weapon-based Zord. They'll never do it. I'm going to tell you what it is that they probably saw that the Mecha Shift Star didn't sell very well in Japan, and the Ninja Ichibanto didn't sell very well, so they decided, yeah, we'll just release the Ninja Ichibanto as a regular-ass weapon. You know, Americans can have much longer swords, so we can have a lot more fun with that. And we'll take the weapon that was traditionally very dinky anyway, and we'll make that the Morpher. Totally a marketing thing. It's just like, yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a blade either way. the Mecha Shift Star is gonna be smaller anyway. It'll work better as a Morpher since it's smaller. Because, you know, Americans like things small.
Yeah, let's just wait and see what Bandai of America does with the cheeseburger Morpher.
Clearly, it's going to be a turkey burger.
Who knows? They might use a guitar as the Morpher and not cheeseburger. Which...
I'm betting it was going to be the guitar, because the cheeseburger Morpher is just too bizarre for it to pass in America. They're not going to give it...
It's bizarre, cheesy, no pun intended, but yet...
I mean, the only reason the cheeseburger Morpher worked is because it was just so over the top. Because they basically had an American cowboy who spoke fluent Japanese who used a cheeseburger to morph and played a rock guitar. Like, they were playing to all of the American tropes. That does not work in America. The only way you could play at that same level of total cheese is if they had made if they make the Sixth Ranger like a super traditional Japanese ninja. Like, they would have to make the Sixth Ranger friggin' Naruto. And then how do you explain the damn cowboy hat on the helmet?
I mean,
and the poncho power-up.
I can... Whatever it is, I'm still sticking to the side of the cheeseburger Morpher, but I'm not going to argue with you because, hey, we're friends and we do a stream together, so...
I mean, I would have loved the cheeseburger Morpher to come out, and if I had the money, I would buy the Japanese one. Because I like my crazy-ass Morphers. I like them doing something different than a frickin' cell phone. That's why I bought the damn Optly Changer, even though I hate Tokuja with a burning passion. Because the Optly Changer is actually kind of cool. It's a frickin' smartphone! And if I had the money, I would buy the damn Burger Morpher because it's original. But it would never pass in America. The only reason it worked was because it was so American. It was
plus the Gold Ranger uses it to take selfies. I mean, come on. First, let me take a selfie of this monster. Shh, now I'm gonna destroy you. Bam, kaboom. Anyway, the next weapon, if you can call it, is called the Sword Star Launcher. Which comes with 2 other power stars.
And an adjustable strap!
And it looks like in one of the images it's one of the stars.
It's some weird-ass gun thing. Like, it's like me taking my wallet, holding it like this, and then having stars shoot out of it. It is bizarre as frack.
I know. And I think one of the throwing stars that will be included is actually the one where you can turn it and it will change elements like fire, metal, water, earth, and
heart.
Wood. There is no heart, there's metal.
So there's no heart in Japan?
The throwing star they had in Japan had fire, water, metal, wood, and earth. Star Ninjas was like the flip and change the logos, so it was thunder and wind.
Hurricane-ja!
Ha!
I remember the first subs where they actually had it as Hurricane-ja, because they thought it was actually, he was calling on the power of the previous Ninja Sentai. It was later on they learned that it was thunder and wind, but that was kind of fun, because like, when I first saw it, I was like, wait a second, the Hurricane-jers are going to show up in this episode? I mean, well, we did have Koda, and we did have, you know, a metal hero, so I mean...
Yeah.
We had a magical hero, so, you know, wouldn't surprise me.
And then the final 2 are just roleplay stuff for the kiddies. 2 traditional Power Ranger masks,
it's sash. Kind of interesting if they're including the sash. That is kind of weird.
the sash, a little ninja star with the Megazord faces, and a really, really, really cheap Ninja Ichiban.
I'm hoping those aren't to scale, because, I mean, if the masks are gonna be like this, and if the sword's as wide as the mask, I'm hoping that's not to scale.
I don't know, unless we
small
see...
the freaking sash.
Unless we see, excuse me. Unless we see, like, an image of a kid actually wearing the set, we've got nothing so far.
Like I said, I'm just hoping that those aren't to scale, because that makes the sword really dinky.
Almost as small and dinky as the Stego Saber.
Yeah,
but
that's not a roleplay weapon.
No, it ain't a roleplay weapon. It's a freaking Megazord weapon.
Alrighty.
Got 15
But
minutes
that's
left.
Ninja Steel.
Yep. Oh,
And of course I see that they're only releasing the Red and Blue Ranger. Of course we weren't going to get the women, because, you know, who buys toys of girls? Kind of surprised we don't have yellow, though.
yet.
Also kind of surprised we don't have pink, because typically what they do with the roleplay weapons is they do the Red Ranger, the Sixth Ranger, and the Token Girl.
Right.
And now we're just getting red and blue. Of course, Bandai must be wetting themselves this season, because they're going to be able to release 3, count them, 3 Red Rangers, and repaint one of them into a 4th Green Ranger.
Oh yeah. There was that one time when the father and grandfather all transformed into Aka Ninjas.
Plus, there's the evil Red Ranger from the movie, so they can use that Red Ranger mask 5 times.
5? Wouldn't that be 4?
No, they have Red Ranger, they have Red Ranger with a new sash, they have Red Ranger with a gold sash, they have Evil Red Ranger, and they have Green Ranger.
Oh, the Green Ranger. Ha!
So they get to use that. They each get to use that accessory set 5 times.
Yeah,
and
but
they
still,
can
it
even
ain't
claim
red,
they're not being
so...
sexist, because the Green Ranger's a girl.
Still, it ain't
Except officially she isn't
a Red
guy.
Ranger, so it wouldn't really count.
Well, also officially, Luna is a guy.
Whatever. Anyway.
Hey, he said in the show that I'm not a woman, I am a man. So, I'm going to respect him. The Green Ranger is a man. It's our first transgendered Ranger, but if he wants to be considered a man, he's a man in my book.
As far as I'm concerned, the Green Ranger is wearing a female suit and has boobs, so in my mind, Nino Ninja's a female, but again, just like the cheeseburger morpher, I'm not going to argue with that with my friend.
Differences of opinion.
Yeah,
so you've got Giant Saber Rescue Engine, another lovely image from Tycho 554.
Oh yeah. And that apparently is going to be the 3rd in the what was it? Let me actually click on the link because let's see. Oh, the 3rd Battle Strike Team in the Chinese Super Sentai series.
Oh yeah, Tokamai Rescue Heroes.
Oh yeah, because it had like a neon light color scheme to some of the suits, just like Rescue Fire did, but...
We were almost going to do Tokamai Heroes for our new Spandex Friday season, but I ultimately went with Maden Senkai Ryu Kendo.
Oh boy, the Takara Tomy made exclusive tokusatsu.
Mainly because I thought it'd be kind of funny if our Friday stream had key-based gimmick and our Saturday stream had 2 key-based gimmicks. I just thought it'd be amusing. Now if I can only find a key-based show for Power Sunday, like Super Ego Farce.
Hold that off until we finish Mystic Force in Season 2 of Captain Planet.
Yeah, but as you can see, I've actually posted onto the Facebook the broadcast schedule finishing out the season. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more weeks of Power Sunday to finish off Season 2, including this week's.
Boy. Well,
then we'll move on to Season 3, which, yes, will include Super Ego Farce.
Which we will all give a big...
Season 3 is going to be amazing. Super Ego Farce, Ninja Turtles and Next Mutation, Captain Planet and VR Troopers.
An animated series with cheesy jokes, but a good message nonetheless. A Season 2 of VR Troopers where they use Uchukeiji Shider and not Metalder, so they move back a couple of Metal Hero seasons. And then we get 2 of what is possibly claimed by the fans the worst American superhero TV shows. The Next Mutation and Super Ego Shit Force.
Which was even panned by the people who made the show. Even Saban didn't like Super Ego Farce. Now specifically he was talking about the final episode, but yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Oh god.
When you get the guy who owns the company making a public statement about being disappointed with the final episode. And then firing your showrunner shortly after that. It's gonna be fun.
There was the feeling that this could have been yet the second death to the Power Ranger franchise.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone over this before. Like, I've explained why I give Samurai a pass, and I kind of sort of give the same pass to Super Ego shit. Like, because they had everything working against them. Samurai, as I said, they had 6 months from acquisition. Maybe you could throw an extra month on for pre-planning to when they had to be on the air, which means you had to hire your cast, buy new equipment, film it, edit it, and find a network that would air it all in 6 months. Considering that, like, to put things in perspective, like a couple weeks ago we had the cast reveal for Ninja Steel, the Power Ranger season that will air next February. And they are now taking from now and the next several months. It's not next February, it's like, what, next August? But they're taking the next few months just to film. And then they have, like, pickup and whatnot. And we're not going to see it until, what, August, September of next year?
Your microphone's kind of cutting out over on the Skype call.
Listen, alright. Well, I was just talking about, like, the normal production time for, a Power Ranger season. So we just got the cast reveal, like, last week, and they're going to spend the next few months just filming, and then they're going to have a couple more months for editing. They'll have people coming back for ADR. And they've been planning, of course. They've been doing the casting calls for like a couple months before now. That's the average schedule you have, and they're only they only have to produce 20 episodes. But
and it takes 2 years to make a full 40 episode season.
Now imagine compressing all that into 6 months.
Right.
So, Samurai, as bad as it was, I can give it a pass because of just what they managed to produce. And, of course, they're working with, with Ninja Steel. They've had the time to do all the pre-planning. They've got the cast and crew already on set. Samurai was done. Power Rangers Productions was gone. They've been out of work for 6 months. They've moved on. They had no equipment. They bought new equipment for that season and going forward. They had no cast on retainer. it was just gone. They were closed down.
Yeah.
And that was...
They were closed down for like...
6 months.
Ninjas...
Even longer than that.
Closed down since Ninja Storm?
Since, RPM. Yeah, because they would have been closed down because the year after that was just reruns. They just did... All they had was the editing people. So, from the end of RPM in 2010, was it? Till, what, 2012?
Yeah.
2 years where nobody was working, doing anything. And only in the last 6 months were they all called together. Like, Samurai was a recipe for disaster. It should not have actually hit the air when it did. But they pulled it together. It was crap, but they pulled it together. And then, imagine your crew has just managed to pull their asses out of the fire and produce a season, and the next season that you are told you have to produce is you have to take 100 episodes of 2 completely different Sentai, and it's going to be the 20-year anniversary and a return to form for the owner of the franchise. And the toy company behind it is making a major, major push.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you have to go on coming out of Samurai.
Mega Force, minus the Ghostager portion. Ultimate, it was kind of decent at that. I mean, at least it...
And now, to add to all of that other chaos, keep in mind that your showrunner still prefers Sentai and would prefer to do dubs. So you have a guy who's already predisposed towards doing dubs and subtitles as opposed to a true adaptation, and in his mind sees every season of Power Rangers as its own continuity. And he has to handle your 20-year celebration of a unified continuity. Super Ego shit was doomed to fail from the start.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he had misappropriated funds, I'm pretty sure. Because, like, there was so much behind-the-scenes crap that we've heard about over the last few years.
Oh, yeah.
Like, hundreds
there was
of
one
letters.
Scene...
He sent out, like, 100 letters to previous Power Rangers actors, and then reneged on all but, like, 10 of them. For the final episode. It's just... everything that could possibly go wrong went wrong with Super Ego shit.
I mean, there was even a footage from JE Fusion, I think, a couple years back, where it actually showed Tommy Oliver giving the Green Samurai Ranger the Dragon Sheet.
And that was just behind the scenes, them kind of goofing off.
I thought that was actually going to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's how cool it was. I mean, they could have easily have worked that into the show.
And they never even bothered to show Tommy fight or the Titanium Ranger fight.
And they got the Titanium Ranger's helmet wrong, and oh my god. This show did not have. Now, if they had that same crap with Dino Charge, I'd be like, nope. No. I gave you 2 seasons. I gave you an excuse for 2 seasons. You don't have that excuse when it comes to Dino Charge. You had a proper 2 years of preparation, and you didn't have to produce a frickin' anniversary season in that time. Nope. And then we got Good Lin, and...
Dino Charge, Saving Grace. Saving Grace! A new storyline.
Completely original pilot. No Sentai footage.
An American-made villain once again, and they brought cell tracks from the Kyoryuger movie and made him a completely different villain.
Thank you, Judd Lin.
Thank you, Saban!
Someone make Judd Lin a Power Ranger, because everyone knows, you can tell it from any picture, Power Ranger actors do not age. So make Judd Lin a Power Ranger so he'll never age. I want Judd Lin directing in 2040.
Oh yeah. Dino, let's go charge Megazord, Pack-a Rex formation, ready!
You know what's really interesting is we're coming up on the 25th anniversary in, was it 2025? In a few... when was it? 2020, I think it is? Anyway, the point I was trying to get to is that we're coming up on an anniversary in the near future. It's a few years off. But that anniversary also happens to coincide with the continuity of STD, which took place in 2025. And we're approaching 2025. So I'm curious to see how that's all going to play out.
I mean, if they're doing Ninja Steel...
That'll be till 2018.
Yeah, so... If they want to... After Ninja Steel, they would either have to do Zyuohger, or if I know the pattern, they're probably going to skip Zyuohger and go straight to the Space Squadron that's going to air this February of 2017.
Power Rangers in Space 2!
In space!
But yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do around 2025, because there aren't too many time frames that are actually important to Power Rangers mythos. 2025 is the STD era. So when we actually hit 2025, I'm curious to see if they'll actually recognize that. I mean, the only other one that's really significant in Power Rangers mythos is the year 3000. I think we have a while for Time Force.
Yeah. So, anyway, should we tell them real quick what the lineup is and then actually get started?
Yes, let's do it. So, okay, this is, of course, Spandex Friday, and we are doing Shikuki no Soma! Food Wars, Season 2, Episode 2. The Interplay of Light and Shadows. Garo, Goldstorm, sequel to The One Who Shines in the Darkness. Flame, Episode 2. Modern Senkai, Ryukendo! This is a Hero, Episode 1. And, of course, Sailor Moon, the live, Act 20 of 50.
And I'll just do it right now. I might do it again. Ryukendo! Rising! That's how much I know about Ryukendo somewhat.
Alright, let me get...
Anyway,